Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Todd. This is Todd. For today's video, I've decided to do something simple and easy. Chili. For this recipe, you're going to need 3 cans of diced tomatoes. These are fire roasted, which they just add an extra depth of flavor, which you do not have to use these. 2 cans of black beans, 2 cans of pinto beans. These are just Mexican style. You're also going to need 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. You're also going to need a 64-ounce bottle of vegetable or tomato juice. I did not have any of that, so I went with a 33.5-ounce Tetra Pak of tomato sauce that I watered down with about 3/4 of that full of water. You're also going to need 3 small or 2 medium bell peppers. You're also going to need 3 small or 2 medium onions. You're going to need 4 cloves of garlic. And for seasonings, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, only because this has a significant amount of it already in there. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon of salt to start, and additionally more at the end to taste. You're also going to need 1 tablespoon of black pepper. You're also going to need 3/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper and 4 tablespoons of chili powder. Also, you're going to need about 2 teaspoons of oregano. And you're going to need 1.5 pounds of carne picada, which translates to minced or ground meat. And you're also going to need a high temp oil such as avocado. To get started, you're going to want to first have your tomato sauce and water mixture starting to warm up, and you're also going to want to get your pan significantly hot to start. That way when you add your meat, it does not cool the pan off at all. I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera over to the stove and get started. Okay, now that I have everything warmed up, I am going to go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of oil to the pan just to start it off. And you're going to want to let that heat up for a little bit. Like, it's a little too hot now, so I'm going to go ahead and add this in. And you're going to want to cook that until almost all the moisture has evaporated from the meat and it is frying in its own fat. I will go ahead and bring you back once that is done. Okay, so the meat has been cooking for about 5 minutes now, and you can tell it's done by when it pops and sizzles whenever you move the meat around in the skillet. At this point, you're going to want to go ahead and add in your garlic that you can go ahead and crush in, or you can alternatively just use a knife and finely chop it. And you're going to want to go ahead and cook this for about 1 more minute. No worries about the meat getting really brown. It will soften back up in the chili once it simmers for a little bit. So I will go ahead and bring you back once I add the meat into the sauce. Okay, I've went ahead and added the meat in, and it has been slowly simmering for about a minute now. At this point, you'll want to go ahead and add in your spices. And you're also going to go ahead and want to add in your beans. And at this point, you're also going to want to add in your can of crushed tomatoes. Okay, now so once that is added, you'll want to go ahead and give it a thorough mix. And also at this time, you'll want to go ahead and raise the heat, since you just cooled off the contents of your pot, to bring it back up to a medium simmer. So while that's coming up to a medium simmer, you can go ahead and chop up your onions to about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch size pieces. And same for the bell peppers. And once it comes back up to a simmer, you'll go ahead and want to add in your onions and bell peppers, and I will go ahead and bring you back once it gets to that point. Okay, so now that it is just starting to come up to a simmer, you'll want to go ahead and add in your bell peppers and onions. And also at this time, if you notice that it is a little thin, like it is now, you can go ahead and add in a little bit of tomato paste to thicken it up. I'm probably going to add maybe 2 to 4 tablespoons. I'm not quite sure how much I will need at this point, so I'm just going off of instinct. I just decided to go ahead and finish the tube since it's almost empty. Okay, so now that that's added, you're going to want to give it a nice, good mix to incorporate the tomato paste. And after this is thoroughly mixed, you'll want to go ahead and simmer this for, I'd say about 30 minutes or so. And after you simmer it for 30 minutes, you will want to go ahead and add in your fire roasted diced tomatoes. Okay, so this has been at a very low simmer now for about 1.5 hours. Now you're going to want to go ahead and add in your diced tomatoes. And you're going to want to go ahead and mix this up really well. Now you're going to want to go ahead and let it simmer for about another hour. After it's simmered for approximately 1 hour, you would want to go ahead and remove it from the heat, and it should be ready to serve at that point. At that point, you can go ahead and garnish it with whatever you want, that being additional bell peppers, onions, cheese, sour cream, or candied jalapenos, or even pickled jalapenos. And go ahead and enjoy. I thank you for joining me on this journey today, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and continue to come along with me on this journey of mine. Thanks for watching.